Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's J-Man. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm J-Man.
I'm Neil.
What I want to talk about today, this fucking retarded, creepy clown epidemic that so many people are shitting their pants over. I think it's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think it's just, there's just going to be a bunch of stupid ass people trying to scare people now. A bunch of kids now are going to see that and like, oh, we can scare people on Halloween by dressing up like clowns. It opens the door for all these other people to be assholes and try to scare people.
Copycats and shit like that. I think that the media does not apparently understand how reverse psychology works. If you tell kids, don't dress up like creepy clowns or you'll get in trouble, they're like, let's dress up like creepy clowns and fuck with people. And they fucking do it. Like, you probably shouldn't make prank phone calls because it's stupid and you harass people. Yeah. But we made literally hundreds of prank phone calls over the years, and many of them were humorous, and we recorded them.
Yep.
And why did we do it? Because it was funny. And what made it extra funny? Because we knew we shouldn't be doing it. Yes. Just like showing your ass to a line of passing cars. Just like spray painting the word cunt under a bridge. Fucking clowns. It just kind of happened. Now, originally, some people say it started in South Carolina. Some people say it started in Wisconsin. And it had to do with viral marketing of a horror movie. At the time, nobody knew what the fuck it was. Yeah. I instantly knew it was due to Rob Zombie's new movie, 31.
Because you read a synopsis on that movie, or just...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it struck me when they said they think it's viral marketing. I'm like, well, that makes sense, because Rob Zombie's killer clown movie's coming out, and it's about the time that he should probably start hyping it in new and creative ways. Plus, it's Rob Zombie. He doesn't do shit conventionally. He's not going to go buy ad space on a billboard. He's not going to fucking advertise on the radio. And it's going to go probably direct to DVD. I think it did.
I don't know.
It's not in the theater. Don't look for it this Halloween, most likely. Look for it in the red box around Christmas time, ironically, because the time will have passed. Have you seen any creepy clown people doing any shit like that?
I have not seen anybody running around. I had a weird experience just the other night when I was walking in my dog over at night around this park. Mm-hmm. And I thought I heard something in the park and just kind of brushed it off because I thought it was there's a lot of leaves now. So they blow and you just hear scraping. And all of a sudden I was walking and there's this dude just standing in the park. And this is at 11 o'clock at night. And this kid, it's a kid's park with just the slides and the swings. Mm-hmm. He's just standing there. I didn't really know. I just kept walking. I'm like, okay, dude, well.
You didn't even say hi, neighbor.
No, it was kind of caught me off guard.
Does he think that children's vision is based upon movement like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park?
I don't know. It might have been some teenager kid just getting out of his house for all I know, but
no.
It was a younger guy, but I mean, it was adult sized, so.
Well, so were you when we were 15.
Yeah. So it could have been a teenager for all I know.
It could have been a kid masturbating in a playground, which is a sex crime. Which I only know because of the movie Horrible Bosses, when Charlie's character was drunk and urinated next to a playground and they made him register as a sex offender.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate but hilarious.
But, and then meanwhile, you can go to porn sites and see tons and tons of chicks flashing at parks, and that's considered okay. So
because those are women, and we want to see boobies. Nobody wants to see you go pee anywhere near a playground where my children go on the slide or the swings, because that's dirty and you should go to hell. So there's been a flurry of news reports, and I don't think that this has not reached anybody in the country. There's nobody, unless you live in the fucking Ozarks in a cabin and you're an anti-government conspiracy theorist who's completely off the grid. You fucking heard about this dumb clown bullshit.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is they've dubbed it the creepy clown epidemic of 2016. Like it's the bird flu or something.
Yeah.
Just because a bunch of random assholes in different states at different times have committed acts or been dressed like clowns. Now, this isn't the first time it's happened, I guess. Year before we were born, 1981, The Boston Clown Scare. There was a van that was spotted driving around, and on the side it was spray painted free candy.
I'm going to show you kids the time of your life.
Then there was a different van that was yellow. The first one was maroon. And that one said puppies, and then underneath it, free candy. And I guess it was a joke, but they treated it like somebody was legitimately trying to lure children into a van with the promise of candy and a puppy.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I would totally want candy and a puppy. So the cops went batshit crazy looking for whoever was responsible for this. And what it ultimately led to is they started just stopping everybody that was dressed like a clown in a car. And all they got was party clowns. And then they started to really examine all of the fucking claims that were coming in about these creepy clown sighting stories. And what they realized is that adults had never seen any of these alleged people or suspects. It was only kids. So they chalked it up to just nonsense. Until shortly thereafter, later, the same van showed up in Kansas City, but they never really fucking were able to catch the guy involved, and it freaked people out. But they were different times then, so you didn't necessarily have the media saturation of freak out. It was the 80s, so, a guy in a creepy van might not be seen as such a trigger as today.
Yeah.
But think back to like 10 years ago when a group of mutual friends of ours were living one town away, and one of them bought a van with no windows.
Yeah.
And on the side, they spray painted RKV for rape kill van.
Yeah.
And they drove it around by playgrounds and shit just to be funny. I don't know what it is about antisocial behavior. It's so much fun.
Yeah, or somebody asking us to spray paint ice cream on the side of his ice cream van.
In my defense, he should have known better.
Yeah.
There was a Somali man who had an ice cream truck. He asked me to spray paint ice cream on the side, and then when I made the A in ice cream, I made an anarchy symbol, and then he got all fucking nervous about it. And then when I had the camera out, because we were doing a scavenger hunt, he goes, "Oh, don't film me, dude."
Hey, if you don't like America, then you can get out.
Sorry that you're not legally a resident here and you're trying to lure children in the back of your van now with my punk rock symbol on the side. I'm sure he got pissed off and went and painted over that shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been that. That's not that big of a deal. Like, he can just easily just paint over it.
What a dummy.
Some new information on a story we've been following here on Happening Now, and it's very strange. The creepy clown sightings.
So here's a few select instances of when clowns have made themselves known lately. August 1st, day before my birthday, a clown was sighted in Green Bay, Wisconsin, walking around with black balloons. He was not arrested.
Is this some kind of a hoax? There's a lot of fear, as you can imagine, a lot of questions.
And then it jumps all the way to 28 days later, South Carolina. Residents reported that clowns were trying to lure their children into the woods.
With police increasing patrols, two children reportedly saw a clown trying to lure kids into the woods with treats.
National news outlets picked up on the story because they didn't want to feel left out. I ad-libbed that last part of that sentence, clearly.
Yeah.
September 4th, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're told clowns were trying to lure kids into the woods. 10 days later, deputies in Georgia received a call that a 12-year-old and his little brother were chased by men in clown costumes. Sounds terrifying. I don't mind clowns now, but there's a picture of me in a stroller when I'm like 2.
Yeah.
And my mom's standing there with this fucking clown at a parade is like trying to play peekaboo with me around the side of the stroller, and I was not having it. I was so not okay with that. What are you doing?
Pink signal.
For what? Yeah, as the killer clown, that's it, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that all started the fear of clowns.
Was John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah.
Okay, well that was the 70s. So it took a few years for somebody to try again.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that he was known as the killer clown. But the thing is, it says he sexually assaulted and murdered at least 33 teenage boys between 72 and 78.
Think of all the fathers that he saved from having heart attacks thinking that their daughters were dating these teenage boys. He actually was doing community service now that I think back. When you change the context of something like that, you're like, huh, good for him, thank you.
It's like, oh, well, I guess, yeah, thanks for murdering all those children.
Thanks for killing those teenage boys that would have wanted to stick their dicks in teenage girls like my daughters will be someday.
How do you know they didn't grow up? They couldn't have grown up to become celibate.
What?
Only fat, ugly people and fucking priests do that, and half the time the priests don't do it because they got all those tight little bungholes hanging around the church rectory, just waiting to be plundered and rinsed out with holy water.
Oh, for God's sake.
September 19th. Clowns reported in different neighborhoods of Annapolis, Maryland. And 2 days later, a middle school-age girl in Athens, Georgia, brought a knife to school for protection against clowns and was arrested. That same day, in Pennsylvania, a 12-year-old was reportedly chased by clowns through a park. Jesus Christ. September 24th, woman walking a dog sees killer clowns in Florida. The 25th, 3 people wearing clown costumes reportedly jumped out of a wooded area and chased a child in New Jersey. We're getting closer to now. September 27th, Tennessee officials announced clown sightings and told residents to be vigilant. And then police in Phoenix on the same day said that a fast food restaurant was robbed by clown mask-wearing criminals. I don't know if there's a correlation there. Jesus Christ. New York Times, September 30th, false reports of seeing clowns. 12 arrests in 10 states. And in Houston, on September 30th, a threatening Facebook post put at least 5 schools on high alert and lockdown. October 3rd, sightings were reported in Idaho, and police in New Haven, Connecticut urged schools to ban clown costumes from Halloween this year. And then October 7th, it started happening elsewhere, like Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
And Melbourne, Australia. And 2 days later, England. So now it's worldwide clown nonsense.
But what's the other stuff? Just spottings of people in clown outfits? I mean,
yeah, it's just spotting.
In October, I mean, really? That's news?
Well, apparently it's such an issue, and we're so sensitive to people being wigged out by clowns.
They're triggered?
Yes. Triggering their coulrophobia, which is fear of clowns.
Who gives a shit?
Target gives a shit, and they yanked all the fucking creepy clown masks off the shelves in every one of their fucking stores in North America.
You know, I bet you a lot of those incidents were some stupid assholes just trying to get YouTube popular.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to do some pranks on YouTube to scare people and filming it.
Pretty much. Stuff we would have done.
Yeah, eventually we're going to get to the point where everything is like banned.
Offensive.
Yeah, offensive and banned.
Would you like to have a sandwich for lunch? Offensive.
Yeah.
Gluten.
Yeah.
Hi, Susie. Would you like to go to the park with me? Offensive. It'll lead to sex, eventually. Dairy Queen? Offensive. Lactose intolerance. I got an email from my kid's school principal, and it said that they are taking very seriously the creepy clown epidemic, and they're being ever vigilant watching for clowns on school property. Like a circus is just going to roll into town on the adjacent fucking railroad tracks, and a bunch of clowns are going to jump out and suddenly start making balloon animals and trying to lure children into train cars for a ride because they're recruiting.
Well, just be happy that at least it's clowns, like, because you don't really see a lot of clowns anymore, and not like Santas. Because the kids, think about how bad that would be. Like, they can't ban Santa outfits that, they would never do that at Christmas time.
No, never. We must always celebrate the spirit of St. Nicholas.
Yeah, but they would never ban that, is what I'm saying.
They might. You're being insensitive to Kwanzaa.
How many Santa killing sprees have there been?
Well, there was that movie with Bill Goldberg called Evil Santa. Then there was a movie Bad Santa. So it's giving Santa's a bad name.
I guess.
Well, apparently the shit hit the fan so bad with actual clowns. You're talking about an economic impact where people that are clowns, either on the side or for a job that do parties, were getting less business because people are less apt to hire clowns. McDonald's fucking stowed away Ronald McDonald in a safety storage area for the next God knows how long. Which, thank God we got rid of that creepy fucking Ronald McDonald with his smile and his giving away chicken nuggets, and we still, have to deal with the fucking Hamburglar walking around with his hands out just looking for something to fill his palms. Rubble, rubble! Or Grimace, the fucking purple gumdrop.
What were those things that looked like pom-poms?
Those are Fry Kids.
Okay.
They had French fries for legs. And probably osteoporosis.
Hey, boys and girls.
So here's what happened. Clowns around the Tucson area were going to have a rally dubbed Clown Lives Matter. Advertise the shit out of it. They wanted to make a positive connotation with clowns again. Say they don't all have to be creepy and scary. So stop it. And then come to our little get-together. It was going to be a peaceful walk to, show the community. Clowns are happy. We're good. It's a positive connotation.
Okay.
They started receiving death threats
en masse.
Jeez.
So many death threats that they canceled the fucking event.
I mean, isn't that like the first thing you get, though, when you're getting a children's entertainer for a birthday party? I mean, like, usually the clowns are doing magic tricks balloon animals, like all that stuff. You get a clown. You don't. I mean, what else do you get? Just a regular magician?
Randy Marsh to come in and do some cock magic.
I don't think that's going to get popular. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It was pretty fucking popular when I saw that episode.
It was a one-time thing, probably.
Anyway, so she had to put out a post on Twitter saying, with the numerous death threats and harassment, it's sad to say we have canceled what was supposed to be a fun, peaceful walk. We apologize to everyone who is excited to go and have a good night of fun. The group of people that have bombarded the event page with harassing posts and personal information will be reported to the authorities. This is what it's fucking come down to. People are so angry about random dicks trying to be creepy clowns, they're now fucking with real clowns. And when you fuck with real clowns, that is when the terrorists win.
Well, aren't there like real actual clown colleges? I mean, I know it's like the big joke, but I'm pretty sure that there actually are real clown colleges. I mean, they're not. I mean, sure, it's just like a 6-month or 1 year and it's an entertainment type thing. Yeah,
it's Steve-O from Jackass famously went through Barnum and Bailey's clown college to be a performer, and that's what he used to do. He used to be a fucking clown. And yeah, I mean, it's just circus performers and shit go through this stuff, and some of them do other things, like Pierce Brosnan, for instance, was a fire eater. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's affecting that. So then what do you replace it with? More bounce houses? Fucking great. Broken legs and concussions and shit.
I don't know.
My kids have been around some clowns, and they never get freaked out. Anytime there's a clown, I'm just like, oh shit. Because you know that they could freak kids out.
Yeah. Isn't Chuck E. Cheese's main thing clowns too?
No, that was Circus.
Okay, that was Circus. Never mind. And they got bought out by Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time. But what about, you ever have any bad run-ins with clowns with the niece and the nephew?
Not really. Never any clown. I don't even remember the last time I saw someone as a clown.
That's right. They're in hiding now.
Yeah, now.
Because of the intolerant Americans who don't support their alternative clowny lifestyle of blowing up balloons and fashioning them into animals or headgear.
Well, how do we know some of that isn't... Because you know that there's a new reboot of Stephen King's It coming out too.
Yeah, it looks fucking retarded.
I don't know, but I'm saying, how do you know this isn't some marketing? I mean, because the only people that I know are scared of clowns is because they had... I'm sure some people because of the whole John Wayne Gacy thing, and then Stephen King's It. Anybody our age that is afraid of clowns is because of Stephen King's It.
Well, unless you got molested by somebody who was a party clown. These things happen.
But if you do want to see the positive, definitely 18+ side of clowns, the fun side, look up clown porn. It is fucking hilarious.
I imagine there's a lot of honking sounds involved. Seltzer water, pies on tits.
Balloons.
I suppose they're using balloons as dildos, aren't they?
Possibly.
When you say possibly, else? I feel like you don't want to admit that you've looked up and watched clown porn.
I may have.
Okay, so that's really a yes, judging by the shitty grin on your face. I'd watch clown porn because it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I wouldn't be like, oh, look at that fucking clown blowing that other clown. Yeah, that shit doesn't get me or anybody off, I don't think.
And then you get slide whistle noises in there.
Well... That's the sound it makes when somebody comes, especially when they're a clown. It makes a slide whistle sound for each squirt of jizz. And then if they come too hard, confetti.
Yeah.
These are things you need to know, so you're not surprised. I would like to run down a list of my favorite famous clowns. I'm sure you will know all of them, and if not, fuck you.
All right.
Number 1, my opinion, greatest clown of all time. Who do you think it's going to be?
Krusty?
No. Krusty is like my... Let me see this. Krusty's all the way down to like my 3rd or 4th favorite clown now. Starts with the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
The Joker. Been around since 1966, 50 years of the Joker, and he's either been a sadistic maniac that kills people or kind of a goofy kind of squirt people with Joker gas and give them a stupid grin on their face a la Batman the Animated Series.
Well, the original Joker in the 60s Batman series was... He was mostly just like messing with Batman. I mean, it was just like he would squirt his flower and just be water, and Batman and Robin would slip on it, like stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, it was slapstick, and it was more or less like he had a gay secret man crush on Batman, and he just wanted to fuck with him for flirting purposes.
Yeah, well, Adam West's Batman was pretty much banging everybody on that set.
Was he?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can confirm that. The Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler. I mean, all those main ones that were in there. Obviously, Robin.
That's skewing mainly towards guys.
Well, I mean, you have Catwoman. That's about the only female villain I think that was on there.
So then you've got Binky. Binky from Garfield and Friends.
Yeah.
who every year on our birthdays we leave a Facebook message to each other with Binky singing the never-ending 10-hour loop of the Happy Birthday song.
Yes.
Happy birthday, whoop-dee-doo, whoop-dee-doo.
And it's just, he's always jumping out of shit and screaming. And he was always like a happy/annoyed clown, whereas Krusty is like a bitter/annoyed clown. He's demoralized from years of clowning. You mentioned the movie It.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Tim Curry. Probably his most iconic role outside of Rocky Horror I could think of. I mean, he's had a lot of great ones.
I mean, he was in a lot of movies in the 80s.
I didn't see Clue. I was like, baby.
Everybody else did.
We were either just born or at the end of the 80s, we were 7.
Yeah, but he had a huge career then. He was in everything.
Did you remember the movie Shakes the Clown?
Mom, who's the naked clown in our bathroom?
Bobcat Goldthwait plays an alcoholic, drug-addicted, slutty male clown, and all his friends are drunken clowns. Adam Sandler was in it.
I just really hardly remember it.
If you don't remember the movie Shakes the Clown, or you've never heard of it, you should watch it because it's hilarious just for all the clown debauchery that goes on. Like just clowns banging each other, clowns fighting each other, clowns snorting coke.
Hey, wait a minute. You clowns are on dope.
Clowns getting BJs. Which then also relates to Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yep. One
of the greatest B horror movie cheese films I've ever seen. I just watched it with the Juice the other day. I was afraid she was going to get freaked out. Yeah. Nope.
I mean, it probably looks pretty fake, like a lot of the effects now, but...
Well, yeah. You're shooting people with fucking cotton candy guns.
Yeah.
Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
Probably like the premier American intellectual property clown, just because of how many years that he had that kid show where they'd play games and he'd give them way more toys than they fucking deserve, and then they get a birthday cake and he'd send them on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which leads me down to a select few. Sweet Tooth. The Twisted Metal video game series. He was a murder clown. He wanted to hurt you.
Yep.
He was ripped like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but with a fucking clown face. I don't know what he was doing in his downtime, but goddamn, he was in great
driving
shape.
His ice cream truck, because that's what he drove, was the ice cream truck.
Yeah, but I mean, he's fucking just jacked out of his mind.
Yeah. And his head's on fire.
And his head's on fire. That usually signifies that there's something wrong with somebody.
Yes.
Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown.
I don't know.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah, baby! I'm Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine.
He was David Lee Roth meets a fucking clown.
Okay.
And he would do anything for cocaine.
Ah.
In fact, in one episode, he offers to give somebody a handy for $5
to
get some money for cocaine. That's how hard up he was. And then, obviously, ICP. If you don't know Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope, they're actually really fucking cool dudes. It's unfortunate that their career has become almost like a mockery of itself.
Yeah.
So, did you know that ICP had to have a statement put out in response to the creepy clown thing?
No.
Yeah, they put out a statement through their PR specialist, Jason Weber, representing ICP and Psychopathic Records. He had this to say: "We've received like 40 emails and even more postings on pages asking about our opinion on these so-called killer clown reports that keep popping up. One reporter even called and asked me if this was an ICP promotional tactic. Needless to say, I shut his ass down very quickly. Read this dope article from Rolling Stone about what is basically nothing more than mass hysteria and moral panic. Believe it or not, the same thing happened in 1981, as I referenced. Long before social media, Stephen King wrote It, and ICP were in fucking grade school at the time. So there are no killer clowns, it's just jackasses being jackasses. So everyone, relax." So you can put down your pitchforks, it's not ICP's fault this time.
Yeah.
But it's just, with the constant media cycle and the fear-mongering that they do, and this is the whole point of the episode, be scared about swine flu, be freaked out about gun violence. I just don't understand how the media continues to get away with instilling a sense of fear and paranoia in the common public without recourse. And it's like people just tune in night after night. They haven't figured it out. Just shut the fucking TV off. Stop giving them the power to make you afraid of the world around you. There's always going to be scary shit, But by relying on them to inform you, to frame your base of reference, you're giving the media the power to control your life. And this creepy clown epidemic is just the latest way that they have found to instill fear in you, to maintain power over you, because they know that you rely on them to get the information that you otherwise couldn't get. So they rope you in and they hold you close and they keep feeding their own cause because you keep coming back. So shut the TV off. X out the internet. And if you do that, they're not going to hit you up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 11 a.m., sometimes noon, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. There are, like, on any given day, 8 newscasts per local channel.
So the best way to combat them is you pull an Adam Sandler. You take a putter, hit him in the nose, and say, "You're going to die, clown!"
Perhaps. But it makes me wonder, because, there's all this fear-mongering, and we're a gun-crazy nation. How long before some kid's just fucking around and he gets shot?
Yeah.
Because people have suffered for this. There was that assistant soccer and basketball coach. So at the end of soccer season, apparently, what he does is he always takes a picture of himself in costume or something. And this year he took a picture of himself in a clown outfit, hiding behind a big oil drum barrel. Nobody would have known a goddamn thing had one of the girls on the team not retweeted it, and then it kept getting circulated through social media. And parents got butthurt, and what does the school do?
Fires him.
They told him that he cannot assistant coach for the basketball team for the upcoming season. But they did say, maybe next year, but who knows? They're so worried about being seen as not taking enough action, they'll go to extraneous, almost asinine lengths to appease people and just be like, oh, well, we're sorry you were triggered by this whole clown picture. And he unwisely said, I had no idea about this clown nonsense, that it would cause a stir. Yeah, fucking bullshit. He should have dressed up as like a ghost. And then the worst they could have done is accuse him of trying to make light of the Ku Klux Klan.
Do you know what I am saying?
I don't get it, because, it's already bad enough dealing with this election bullshit. But now here comes Halloween, and Target says, no clown masks or costumes. Buddy, shut the fuck up! And then I looked on Amazon. There's tons of shit on there still.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of... Fuck you! I haven't heard of Party City yanking their shit. Or all these Halloween stores that spring up for 2 months every year.
I can guarantee you're still going to see just as many Joker outfits this Halloween.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, at adult parties, I don't think too many kids are going to dress up like Heath Ledger or, God forbid, Jared Leto's half-retarded fucking Suicide Squad version of the Joker. My mom was worried that the Juice might get shot at for being a police officer for Halloween.
Oh, gosh.
I'm like, yes, someone's going to see a 6-year-old dressed like a fucking cop and then shoot her in the face because they don't like cops.
I don't think so.
That'd be like if I went to the circus and I stabbed one of the fucking clowns there because I'm sick of all this clown coverage on the media and on the TV and the internet.
Yeah.
But that's what it does. People like my mom that are these fucking shut-ins that stay in the house all the time. They have no idea what's really going on. They're like, there was another one of those clown sightings. This is getting serious. They're like making gestures for kids to come into the woods, and they're gonna offering them candy and stuff. What are they gonna do?
I just picture your mom like in that scene from Signs, like when they're watching everything they can on the aliens, and they get themselves locked. They lock themselves in the closet with tinfoil hats, watching like every news report on the aliens. I picture your mom doing that with the clowns.
What can you think of in a similar circumstance that freaked people out?
Disastrous PR. I mean, because that's what one of the speculations was. I can't remember. Well, first of all, Sony got in major trouble for promoting, I think it was God of War 3 or God of War 2 over in England. They did this fake sacrifice of a goat, which they used a real goat.
So it was already dead?
I think it was a goat carcass, but they still cut it all up. But still, and then there was another one with, I don't remember what happened, but there was a fake SWAT raid for some game, and they raiding this building, and the real SWAT team actually got called in on them or something, and it was a huge disaster. I don't know, maybe that was like a Splinter Cell thing, or I don't know, it was some game, Rainbow Six or something. It was like they were doing it to this office building, and the office building across the street saw that
and called the something police. Was really going on. Fucking stupid companies pulling PR stunts to trigger people. You know, just like we got the fucking media constantly bombarding us with clown bullshit.
I don't know. I think it's just the stupid thing that's going on now, and it's gonna next year it's gonna be something else.
Well, it will be, yeah. If I see clowns, I'm gonna do the responsible thing and not be like, "How dare you dress up like a clown with what's going on?" I'm gonna be like, casual piece of advice: you might want to stop what you're doing because the cops are most likely gonna come, and you're just making it worse for everybody. You're just creating more fear and hysteria, dickwad. So knock it off. You know, rather than rage.
You never saw American Horror Story Freak Show, did you?
I didn't.
There was a really good creepy clown in there, and he has like this bottom half of his jaw has this huge like grin smile face. Mm-hmm. Because he tries to kill himself and like blows his jaw off with a shotgun. And,
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, and he has this mask covering up the wound. He is one creepy ass clown, and he's mentally gone, and he has like loves kids, and he's like trying to like he wants to keep kids and stuff.
Loves kids.
Well, his thing was like that he loves kids and he wants to like entertain them, but he keeps them.
So he's fond of them.
Up.
He doesn't like sexually lust after them.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't remember. It was good though.
There needs to be more positive connotation. Target's jumping the gun. McDonald's is really jumping the gun because I don't think I've ever been creeped out by Ronald McDonald.
No, nobody has.
Especially like, what the fuck do you do at the Ronald McDonald House? It's a namesake company for kids that have cancer and shit or are dying.
It's a big charity
through terminal illness, and it's a huge charity. So what do? Try to distance himself from the Ronald McDonald image? No, fuck you. That's stupid.
Doesn't Disney have any clowns? That actually would surprise me, or just like...
They stuck with strictly anthropomorphic animal peoples.
Or humans, I guess.
Humans. Well. Like John Carter.
Yeah.
Or the Lone Ranger.
I was thinking more of like, just from Frozen's, like just two people from wherever. And
there's no clowns in Frozen. No. There's a fucking snowman. What if he takes up that carrot and tries to jam it in the back of one of their heads as revenge for making fun of him?
There is
we can't have snowmen anymore.
Horror movie with a killer snowman. I think it's like Killer Frost or something it's called. Yeah, it was
terrible. Jack Frost.
Jack Frost, yeah.
Jack Frost. Not to be confused with another movie called Jack Frost where Michael Keaton is somehow transformed into a snowman.
Yeah.
Something about his son. And then in the end, everybody was upset that they paid money to see it.
Yes.
That wasn't actually in the script, though. So, yes, anybody out there, if you see these clowns, don't freak out and call the cops. Maybe give chase. See what it's about. Make an actual impact. Because you could call the police and they're like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Now we got to go out there. And you might get somebody shot.
Or they just laugh at you because they're like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not going to go fucking...
waste my time.
Why? Was there kids around? Well, no, but there was a clown. Cool. Did you actually see it, though? Fuck off. Because you could be like me and think you're hearing... like a horrible assault going on next door. And this new chapter of me and my fucking next door neighbors is a month ago I called the cops on him. Because at 4 a.m, I heard her shouting. And then I heard a loud thud that sounded like a body almost going through a goddamn wall. It shook the outside of their house. And I'm like, well, Jesus, if it's that loud, I suppose you could muffle a gunshot indoors. And then I said that to the dispatch, which was a mistake. Because when the cops showed up around here, they came in 5 deep, 3 of them pistols drawn,
Jeez.
2 of them with AR-15 slung over their shoulder at low ready, looking to kill.
Yeah.
And the 2 young cops were the ones with the ARs. They were like super excited to probably pull those down off the roof of the squad car and put them to use.
Yeah.
So maybe less with the hysteria, more with that, just fucking knock it off, you dildo. Unless, of course, you think that, well, you never know when you could be stopping the next John Wayne Gacy or the next clown killer, so we should be ever vigilant all the time and hate on everything and pucker our buttholes constantly to the point where we almost lose control of our bowels over time. Because, that happens. It happened to me. I shit my pants on my parents' doorstep. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. I mean, nobody wants to admit to eating too many lemon squares at a Timberwolves game in a suite and then getting, 45 minutes of butt cheek clenching all the way home, and then you get to the doorstep and shit your pants. But it happened to me, and, I'm ashamed of myself. Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm J-Man.
I'm Neil.
And that's the end.
Well, hello.
You look sad. Well, you know what? I'm here to make you happy. You know what? I've got an even better idea. Oh, I see that this made you a lot happier, didn't it? But you know what? I think I know what would make you really, really, really happy. What if I let you come all over my silly clown face? Huh? Would that make you happy? Yeah? It would? Okay! Yeah. Yeah. You want to come over my silly clown face? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby, you make me so horny.
Oh, that went everywhere.